You need confidence to get out of the boat.
That's right.
But once you're out of the boat, you've started, you need the confidence to continue to walk on the water.
Yes.
And so confidence is the womb that gives birth to motivation, risk-taking, resilience, and better decision-making. All right, here's the first one. Confidence. Confidence. This is belief.
Yeah.
This is why we spent the first 15 minutes of this webinar really dealing with your belief system. Because listen to me, I want you to catch this. You must believe in order for you to follow the path we're about to provide.
Right.
You must believe that the promise of reclaiming your year is possible.
That's right.
If you believe that reclaiming a year is not possible, even though that's not true, it's going to be true for you. I'm going to say that again. If you believe that reclaiming a year is not possible, or you don't believe that reclaiming, let me rephrase it. You don't believe that reclaiming a year is possible, even though that's not true.
Right.
It'll be true for you, because when you treat a lie like the truth, it behaves like it's true in your life.
Yes.
So when you had your breakthrough moment, you could have said, I've tried this before.
Right.
I've made promises to myself before. I've never been able to do this. I'm in my late 30s.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. Well, you may have been 40s at that time. Late 30s?
40.
You're 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 40 years old. I haven't been able to do it all this time. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it now.
Right.
If you would have believed, if you would have treated, that's a lie.
That's
We
right.
know it's a lie
Yes.
because you changed.
Absolutely.
But if you would have treated that lie like it was true, it would have became true in your life. How important is
Yeah.
belief?
I believe the confidence and belief is you believing in yourself. And so I think this is something I had to learn, because people
Say that again. Say it again.
have confidence, but it's all about you believing in yourself.
Yeah.
So it's the trust that you put in yourself. That's why I say things like, now if I make a commitment to Shamika, I have to keep it. So I have to trust me. But it's me believing that I can actually achieve what I
Yes.
said I'm going to put my mind to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's so key.
Yeah. And so we'll get into it. But I feel like even with that, with women, I know we have to affirm ourselves into the confidence, because a lot of times we say we want confidence, and it's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to actually do things to make yourself get there.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I think the people want to know. Let's go ahead and go right there, because I think the
Yeah.
people want to know. Since you opened that up, they're
Right.
like, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
Maybe some people are like the scriptural passage that father who said, I believe, but help my unbelief.
Yeah.
So maybe some people are saying, I want to believe, but it's
Right.
difficult. So how do you actually do that?
So for me, when I'm working on my confidence and for myself, there's two things I'm very intentional about. I'm intentional about affirmations. Like, what am I telling myself? So if I'm going to believe something, I need to have something to say. So for me, like, I believe that it takes courage to have confidence. And so for me, I'm constantly affirming, okay, Shamika, you're courageous. You can do this. This is how you're going to do it. So I do that. And then I'm intentionally focused on my goal. I try to not get veered off with other things, because I feel like when you allow so much in ears, eye gates, then you get off track.
100%.
So for me, my confidence comes from me affirming myself and staying focused on the goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the way we're going to put it for you, for my note takers. Two things she just said you need to do. The first is feed. Feed.
Yes.
F-E-E-D. Feed. You must feed yourself only that which creates confidence.
Yeah, that's right.
So the first diet you have to change is your mental diet.
Yes.
I don't know if I could say this, but I'm going to say it. There are certain seasons I can't even listen to certain types of sermons.
Nope.
It's like, this does not build faith in me. It actually makes me feel kind of sad.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It makes me
Yes.
pessimistic about the world. It makes me pessimistic about people. And so I think people have to really be intentional when you're trying to build,
Yes.
when you're trying to erect or protect
Right.
your confidence.
Yes.
What you feed yourself has to be key, has
Absolutely.
to be critical.
Absolutely.
And what you're feeding yourself affects the internal conversations
Yes.
that you're having,
That you're
with,
having with
yourself,
yourself. Yes.
which are like, which are affirmations.
Right.
That's really how
Absolutely.
you talk to you. That's faith talk.
Yes.
Like, some people call it affirmations. The Bible calls it confessions,
That's right.
right? Which is like saying the same thing
Yeah.
that God says, like saying truth. And so you are the most important person that talks to you.
That's right.
Nobody talks to you more than you. And how far you go and how much you grow is not just dependent on what you believe about God, is equally impacted by what you believe about you.
Yeah.
So feeding yourself
Yeah.
that which builds your confidence is important.
Yeah, that's good. So one of the things I wrote, I want to share with you, this is something that I share with myself to help me with my confidence. I remind myself that my courage leads to my confidence, and only God can give me that. Sometimes I think we allow our confidence to come from outside people. So I'll say no person, no man, no job, nothing can lead to this. No title, only God can help me find my confidence. And so I remind myself again that my confidence comes from within me, from nowhere else, but from within me. And so that helps me. I just kind of say that over and over again to remind myself, hey, Shamika, not from anywhere else, but just from within. That's where it starts. And so then I'm constantly listening to affirmations that help me with that.
Listen, when you get better spiritually, everything get better. Spiritual life is not the only important part of your life. It is the most important part of your life because it affects every other part that's important. But you don't get stronger spiritually accidentally. It takes intentionality. You need to get fed, and you got to learn how to understand, how to interpret, how to apply, and how to explain the Bible. The Bible's the blueprint to your best life. And I'm going to tell you, Sunday's not enough to give you the tools that you need to get better with the Bible. I want you to join me in my community called Bible U, where I help you take your understanding, your application, and your explanation of the Bible to another level. Yeah, it's important. It's huge. So what you feed, what you feed yourself, that which builds faith, that's what builds confidence in your ability. See, it's one thing for you to believe something is possible. It's another thing for you to believe it's possible for you. And I'm telling you, what I'm getting ready to give you, even in this next point, is a blueprint. Like this next thing I'm getting ready to give you is a blueprint, something you can do to create a map to finish this year strong. But it begins with the confidence. And you need the confidence. We're harping on this confidence, this belief, because you need it not just to start.
Right.
You need it to finish.
Yes.
You need confidence to get out of the boat.
That's right.
But once you're out of the boat, you've started, you need the confidence to continue to walk on the water.
Yes.
And so confidence is the womb that gives birth to motivation, risk-taking, resilience, and better decision-making.
That's right.
Not having confidence means avoidance and procrastination and codependency and discouragement. But this is your time and this is your turn. So you got to feed so that you can erect and protect confidence. But then you got to filter.
That's right.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
You must filter out everything that creates doubt.
Yeah.
Now, this is about to be a little tough for people to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway. Some of us, it means you got to filter some friends. Now, I'm not saying to eliminate the friendship.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I am saying that certain seasons don't require elimination, but they do require limitation.
Yeah, that's right.
If if your engagement with the person depletes you of faith, depletes you of confidence, then in the season where you're trying to build it or protect it, your confidence, then you've got to limit some of your interaction and some of your exposure to people like that.
Right. No, that's good. And then I'm in my head often, and I don't know, some of you may feel that way as well.
Good.
And so sometimes people will talk you out of things or have you thinking one thing, but then sometimes within yourself as well. So I know for me, I have to refocus because I will often not believe in myself. And so I believe you have to know how you see yourself. So however you see yourself is going to lead to your confidence.
That's so strong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something. There are exceptions. Okay. Let me be clear.
Right.
There are exceptions. But generally speaking, very rarely have I ever seen anybody that's feeding and filtering that doesn't have confidence.
That's so good.
When someone's confidence is low and I start digging to see what are you feeding yourself?
Right.
Some aren't feeding themselves anything of value at all.
Right.
Or some people are feeding themselves that which is spiritual,
but
it's still not faith building.
That's so good.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I listened to a sermon, but it's like, it didn't really help me. You know what I mean? Or like I listened to a guy scream. He was a motivational speaker or, a female, but it's like it didn't really help me. So You've got to find that which feeds you.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Based on, it should be godly principles because that's reliable, not
Right.
because it's just right. It's just better. It's
Yeah.
wiser. But that, I've very rarely seen anybody not have it
Wow.
who's actually feeding themselves
Wow.
and filtering out, saying, right now I can't listen to that. Right now I can't talk to them.
Yes.
Right now I can't hear that.
Yeah.
I'm just not in a season.
Yeah.
Like even on social media, you got to filter.
That's right.
Like, okay, that's sad. That's somebody talking about how it's not going well.
Right.
I can't have that
Can't
in
do
this
that.
season. Why? I'm trying to reclaim my year.
That's right.
If you want to live like no one else, you got to
Yes.
live like no one else.
Yeah.
If you want to do what people aren't doing,
That's right.
you got to do what people aren't doing.
Yeah.
I want somebody to put it in the chat right now. Put I can do it. Put it in there because you can.
Yeah.
And if you think you can't, it's a lie.
That's right.
But if you believe that lie like the truth, it's going to behave like it's true in your life. Is that good?
This is real good. This is real good.
All right.
Yeah.
Confidence. That's the
Right.
first thing.
Confidence.
All right. Now here's the second one. Now get your notepad or whatever ready. Clarity.
Yes.
Clarity. You need a picture of your desired outcome. This is what Zig Ziglar says. He says, this is he's in heaven now, but he was the first personal development
Yes.
voice that I ever heard.
Right.
So I don't know if it might have been your dad or somebody. I came across I'm this old cassette tapes of Zig Ziglar. And from Yazoo City, Mississippi,
Yeah.
who was one of the most influential personal development voices in the world,
Yeah.
a believer. And so I see the imprint of that on my own life as a
Yeah.
faith-based coach
Right.
and one who's really passionate about personal development. He says this, if you aim at nothing,
Right.
you hit every time.
Hit it every time. That's right.
If you aim at So let's get some clarity right now.
Yes.
Let's get some clarity regarding these last 100 days.
Okay. That's right.
We need clarity, right?
Yes.
Without a vision, people cast
perish.
off restraint.
That's right.
And your restraint is tied to the revelation that you have of your future.
Right.
If you don't have a revelation for your future, you're not going to have the restraint you need to get there. What's restraint? That's boundaries.
That's right.
That's the boundaries you set on yourself and the boundaries you set on others.